Hey, what's up? It's your boy Mo Kingston Bruce Lee back again for another banger.
Yeah, ho!
Check this out. Hey, it's been a little minute. I've been, absentee. You know what I'm saying? But hey, the COVID ended, the pandemic is coming to an end. So I DJ on the side. That's why you always see us in the studio with the turntables and the MPCs and stuff. I do that on the side too. So I've been back doing a couple gigs, but we back.
Like Jumpman, we jumping out of space. Heat checking from the box to the case. Now I'm laced. Now I'm laced. Got more kiss than Bruce Lee. Drill like water, Bruce Lee. I got more kiss than Bruce Lee. Drill like water, Bruce Lee.
Hey, so this past June 25th marked a year since we've been doing the challenge. Clapping. Hey, so since it's a year, I figured, hey, why not throw out my top 10 favorite sneakers from the 90s? Y'all know I like the 80s and the 90s. I'm vintage crazy. I'm, retro freak. And the 80s and the 90s are some of my favorite times, especially in sneakers. So we're going to get into this top 10. And there's so many of my favorites. I had to do two parts. So this is part one, my top 10 sneakers from the 90s. So first up, we got the Air Jordan 11 Concords from 1995/96. This right here is what I believe to be the greatest shoe of all time. This is my favorite shoe. This is the shoe that made me fall in love with sneakers. This is the shoe like I wanted it so bad when I was younger. And I just remember Nick Anderson stealing the ball, Jordan losing the playoffs, getting kicked out. But the next day at school, everybody was talking about what was that shoe, that shiny shoe he had on his feet. Like this started a revolution. Air Jordan 11 Concord. So coming in next from 1994, we got the Air Jordan 10 Shadow. This shoe is next because this is the first sneaker, Air Jordan sneaker, that my mother bought me when I was younger. This was the first one I owned. I couldn't believe I had it for the longest. And when I see this shoe, I think about Mary J. Blige's first album, because that was the time this was out, and I remember hearing it on the radio for the first time. Actually, Be Happy, and I had these shoes on, and I just remember that. So this is why this shoe is special to me. The first shoe that my mother ever bought me. So next up, we got the Air Zoom Flight Live 95. That's what I call them, Live like 95. 1995, these came out, and I remember being in love with this shoe before knowing that they were Jason Kidd's. Like I saw this shoe in J.C. Penney's with my mom, and I was just staring at it. Like I was like, oh my God, I liked it. Then I got some basketball cards, like the next week, and he had them on in that particular card, and so which made me fall in love with him more because I was a real big Jason Kidd fan. So just a very, very dope classic shoe, vintage, 90s shoe. And a very popular Nike basketball shoe. Some may argue the most popular basketball tennis shoe. So, gotta have this on the list. Air Zoom 95. Yes, sir. Next up, we got the Air Max 2 CB94, the Barclays. Just a very, 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 very 90s dope shoe. Looking at it again, like every time I look at this, it make me smile. Like, this was a good design right here. Very dope. Very 90s. This is another shoe that when you see it, you immediately think of 90s music, and the visual in your mind just starts to go as soon as you see this shoe. I don't really know what else to say about it. Just a very, very dope shoe. One of the most popular shoes from the 90s and popular Charles Barkley's from the 90s. Very dope shoe. Hey, next up we got the Air Max Penny 1 Orlando. Hey, this right here, man, this is, again, really don't need to be no words spoken. Y'all know how dope this shoe is. We just got the news that we are going to get this shoe in 2022. So I'm very excited. I'm due for a new pair. Definitely another shoe I used to draw, obsess over when I was young. I really want it. Actually, my dad took me to get this shoe behind my mother's back, and he got it from Rack Room. When I got him, I had him on. When I came back home, she told him he had to take those back because I wasn't supposed to have them because my grades weren't good. So I definitely have a special connection to this shoe. So glad to have it, and I'm going to be so glad to get a second pair. Hey, you come to the end of part 1 of my top 10 kicks from the 90s. So you know what I'm saying. You need to go to the next video, which is part 2. But before you do that though, subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell, and like the video for me, please. If you like what you've been watching, I'm assuming if you got here, you do like it. Because why else would you be watching me? But I thank you for watching me. Go on to part 2.
Like Jumpman, we jumping out of space. Heat checking from the box to the case. Now I'm laced. Now I'm laced. Got more kicks than Bruce Lee. Drill like water, Bruce Lee. I got more kicks than Bruce Lee. Drip like water, Bruce Lee.